In this tutorial, we are building a true multimodal search engine that connects text and images. So notice what happens when I search for the text pizza. So the system returns relevant text talking about pizza. It also retrieves relevant images that shows a pizza. So let's look at that image. Great. And we can do that in the other way. So for example, here, I'm going to search similar images or text that's similar to this image. So that is my query image. And now I run this query. So we can see that we have the text that describes the same concept as the image, which is a dog. We can also find out the similar dogs. So let's look at this returned image. So this ability to search across different medium types is the power of multimodal embeddings. And I will show you how to build this from scratch. To start, you can find out this demo code at our LBSocial GitHub repository. And you can just open this in Google Colab. So we also have a tutorial that teaching how to use Google Colab before. So we open that. And make sure you choose the T4 instance type. If that's not in the T4 instance type, you can change the runtime type. And just make sure that we're using T4 instance so that we need the GPU hardware to run this code. Next, make sure you have a MongoDB database. So we are using MongoDB database to store the data. So you can also check our previous tutorials on how to build a MongoDB database for free. And where you can see here, we are using a free tier cluster. And once you have this free tier cluster that's being set up, make sure that you store your MongoDB connection string into Google Colab. So this is a connection string, and we call the name that is MongoDB connection. We also give access to this notebook. First, we need to pip install those Python libraries. So we need the sentence transformer. So that's one that can be about called the CLIP model from OpenAI. So this is the open source model that is designed to map text and images into the same vector space. We also pip install PyMongo so that we are able to connect with our MongoDB database. And next, we're going to load this CLIP model into our local running time. So that's also a reason that why we need the T4 runtime. This may take a few minutes to load the entire model into our Colab instance. Once we saw that model loaded, and we can continue. The next part is that how we create embeddings. In our previous tutorials, we talked about how we can create text embeddings with tweet data. And in this video, we are going to use the multimodal embeddings. So the idea is that when we have image and also text, so we go to the same embedding models, it's stored both into the same vector space. Now we're going to connect to our MongoDB database. We just go ahead and connect. By default, we assume that we're using this demo database where we have tweets that collect in this tweet and score collections. You can check our previous tutorials at how to collect tweets. You can apply for Tweet API for free and collect 100 tweets. And if you don't have API or if you don't know how to collect tweets, you can run step 2. Step 2 is optional only if you don't know how to collect tweets. If you already have tweets collected, and you can skip step 2 and go to the step 3. So here in step 2, we're going to generate some synthetic tweets where we're going to provide some URLs of those images, and also we're going to generate some text as a tweet text. So those are synthetic tweets that we're going to use for today's tutorial. We are going to follow the tweet structure, so we'll provide tweet ID, tweet text, and also images will be stored into this tweet entities field. All right, so here we can see that we have 60 tweets where we have 4 categories: technology, animals, food, and also coding. Just view the dataset. And here you can see those are the datasets. So for each category, we have 15 tweets. So for example, for the technologies, so talking about laptop, we also have those images. So if you click those URLs, then you'll be able to view those images. We generated 4 different categories that you will be able to find out different tweets and also images based on different topics. Again, if you have real tweet data, so you can skip this step, and also you can continue to use your real tweet data. All right, so now if we go to MongoDB, And we can see here we have a new database called demo. We also have the tweet collection called tweet and score collection. You can see we have tweet ID, we have the tweet text, and also in these entities, we have those image URLs. And the category is for this tutorial only. In your real tweet data, so you will not have this category field. Step 3 is generate embeddings. So this is different from our previous tutorials where we just only create embeddings for the text. This time, we want to create embedding for both text and also the images. So here we are using this split strategy. For the tweets that have the text, so we just generate a text embedding that just add a new field called embeddings, and also in the MongoDB database, we still use the same tweet ID. Not all the tweets have images. So for the tweets that they also have images, we're going to generate or duplicate a new document with the same tweet ID. The only difference is that the embeddings will be for the images. So that's what we call the split strategy for the embeddings. The text vector represents the meaning of the text, and the image vector represents the visual content of that images. And all the embeddings are stored in the same MongoDB database. Okay, so let's run this code and create the embeddings. It will take a few minutes to create those embeddings. All right, we processed all the tweets and we end up have more documents. That is because documents that contains the image embeddings. Okay, so once we have those embeddings that being created in MongoDB, we need to build the vector search index. And because we're using the CLIP model, so that model creates those 512 dimensions of the vector data. So in our index, we need to use the same dimensions. And also we also use the recommended similarity function that is cosine. So now we're going to create that vector search index on MongoDB. All right, so now we can see that the vector search index is ready. Before we continue, let's go to MongoDB website and let's look at those embeddings and also the vector search index. So let's just refresh our database. All right, so now we can see those are the embeddings. The first one is embedding for the text. So we can see those are the embeddings for this single text. It's 512 dimensions. And the second one is also the embedding for this image. So where we can see it's the same dimensions, and actually those belong to the same tweets. So the same tweet that has an image and also text. So we created two documents. One contains the embedding for the text. Another one contains embedding for this image. And if we go to the indexes, where we go to the search indexes, and now we can see that our vector index is also ready, which means that we are now able to perform the semantic search. Okay, so step 5 is the search logic. Normally, user have the query and we'll convert that query into an embedding. And then we use that vector index, find out the similar items, and then we return that results to the users. And here, just for illustration purposes, we want to see the power of the multimodal embedding. So what we're going to do is that no matter user provided a text or image, we're going to search both texts, the best match for texts, and best match for images. And then we're going to return both results. So either user provide a text or an image, we are going to return the best matched text results and also image results, and we'll report both to the users. Now, in a real-world production, this one approach is not necessary. So you may just want to find out the best matched items. It doesn't matter either text or images. All right, so let's define this search function. So we call it mix search. You can also define that what are the number of the results will be returned. So here we will return one text and also one image. Okay, so this is our final step that is going to test the search engine. I demonstrated this one earlier. So first we're going to do a text search. So we can search text to text and also text to image. So we're going to find out the most matched tweets and also most matched images that match with pizza. So here we can see the result. So we have the similarity scores. For text, the score is very high. It's just talking about ordering late night pizza because I'm too lazy to. And also we have this matched image. You can see the score is much lower than the text. But if we open this URL, we can see it is still a pizza. So that search is accurate. Now we can do image to image and also image to text search. So this is an URL that I'm going to use as a search query. You can see it's a dog. And now we're going to pass that image to this mixed search. And here we have two results. This time we can see that the returned text has lower scores, but they are still talking about the dog. So you can see the golden retriever. And also that also match that image that we provided. And also here we have the best match images. So let's look at that image. We can see it's essentially the similar kind of content. Both images are talking about a dog. So the image search is also a success. And we can see that similarity scores of the image is actually higher, much higher than the text. So in our last tutorial, we taught the computer to understand text. And that was cool, but that wasn't enough. Real social media is messy. It's not just words, it's a mix of photos, screenshots, and captions. And if you only look at the text, you're ignoring half of the story. So today we fix that. So we built a system that connects the two. So now our engine understands the photo of the pizza and also the word of pizza that actually are the same thing. So you can download this code and also the data right now on our LBSocial GitHub. You can try it, or you can bring your own Twitter data and also try to do the multimodal semantic search.